best.
What do you think about that new Bobby's Podcast intro? Shout out to producer DJ Tallman, aka Dan Hardy on the streets, for that wonderful intro. It just kind of gives me some, brings me back to my hood roots. Also, by the way, I want to say that I went to Costco, and today's video is actually sponsored by these delicious pastries that I got. 2 for $4. Bitch, good. I digress. Let's get into the podcast, okay? So Russell Brand, kind of a dark story, so sorry for the heaviness right up front. He's been charged with rape, indecent assault, and other sex crimes involving 4 different women. He denies it all, saying he's never engaged in non-consensual sexual activity. So here we go. A case of he said, she said. We'll see how that works out. Oh, this story's juicy. This is according to The Sun, which is a British tabloid, so take it with a grain of salt, or a crumpet of salt, whatever they do over there. Prince Harry, word is he's not happy that Megan Markle is using their kids on social media to promote her brand. Quote, Harry would much rather his children were not seen. I can kind of see that because he was in the public eye as a kid, and he's kind of been very protective of Archie and Lilibet, I think is her name, which I think are adorable names. But I can also see Megan kind of using the family kind of reality show dynamic to promote the lifestyle brand. So it's a catch-22. Like, should I pimp out my kids? Should I not? I mean, learn from the Kardashians. Another story about a British celebrity, Hugh Grant, tweeted that immigration officials stopped him and his wife at London's Heathrow Airport and asked their kids, quote, are these your mom and dad? Hugh called it intrusive, insulting, and creepy. Welcome to the TSA, buddy. That's their job. Ooh, girl, this one is wild. I don't know if you saw Wild Things, but that was kind of I would say it was a life-changing film for me back when I was in high school. Think of it, a young Bobby Adon, just starting to go through those hormones and the puberty thing. Wild Things did stuff to me. Denise Richards, Neve Campbell, I will always love them for that film. But here's some interesting stuff about this film, Wild Things, involving Kevin Bacon and Matt Dillon, who are also in the film. They were This is kind of going to some territory, so just bear with me. They were supposed to make out in Wild Things, but the scene was never filmed. He says, quote, I was definitely into it. Look at him. He's gorgeous. That's Kevin Bacon talking about Matt Dillon. You know, I don't see anything wrong with a heterosexual male having a man crush on another celebrity. I mean, it's what we do. My best friend's, his man crush is Jason Momoa. I don't know who I would say my man crush is. I'm going to go old school. I would say it's Brad Pitt. He's just a pretty man. This is interesting. They compiled a list of overhyped movies and TV shows, which include Succession. I've never seen that one. Euphoria. Totally disagree. That show is top notch. I cannot wait for season 3. And Midsommar. Yet again, an A24 film. It was wonderful. I loved it. It was about a Swedish suicide cult, and I never want to go to Sweden because of that. Oh, some sad news about Elton John. He says his vision loss is so bad that he can't even watch his sons play soccer or rugby anymore. He says it's been stressful and distressing, but he's grateful to have the life he has. I mean, he's done so many things. I mean, the man is still at the top of the charts working with younger artists out of his generation, and that's a true testament to his talent. So, you know what? I mean, things are always changing in the medical field. Hopefully, maybe some surgery can help him with that. So, I just love him. He's a wonderful piano man. This is crazy. Sorry, my eyes are open because I thought this film was going to flop. Minecraft movie, the movie finished first at the box office this past weekend with $157 million. I'm going to be honest. I know Jason Momoa was in that one, Jack Black. There's a slew of characters. I saw the trailer a few times. It looks horrible to me, but I also don't play Minecraft. You know, I loved Mario Brothers. That was amazing. But this one I thought was going to flop. I stand corrected. And I can't leave you without the funniest story of the podcast today. Oprah Winfrey plans to leave her dogs, get this, her pets, her canine friends and companions, $30 million in a trust fund when she passes away. The trust fund will cover their care for the rest of their lives. The trust fund can include money for veterinary bills, grooming, and even an allowance for a named caregiver. You know, I just love what rich people do with their money. They just throw it away. Oprah, if you, for some reason, are watching this podcast or you know me, hi, my name is Bobby Adon. I will be your dog for all intents and purposes. I'll put a collar on and everything. Leave me that money. Be in good hands, girl. I promise you. Thank you for watching another episode of Bobby's Podcast, wherever you get your streaming podcasts or visual podcasts, at Bobby's Podcast on all major socials, on video formats, and on streaming on Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all the cool things. I appreciate you for watching and streaming. I love what I do. And this podcast was really fun. So thank you for the support. I appreciate it. And by the way, if you come for me or my dogs on social media, I will clap back.
Bobby's Podcast.